The akumatization of Cat Noir is not very far away from us. Since the 6th season has started, we've been teased with a lot of scenarios about the truth behind his family, like him being a sentimonster, getting tested by Ladybug, or Alia discovering the shocking truth that Ladybug keeps from everyone. Let's not waste any time, and let me tell you what are the things that will probably bring Cat Noir to be akumatized once again. 1. The people that know the truth. Now, just like Ladybug's secret, Gabriel being monarch is also not something that is very hidden. At the beginning of the opening, we see Marinette in huge horror when she remembers that Gabriel was the villain they fought together for a long time. Furthermore, since the beginning of his absence, the secret is already being shared.
Make sure that Adrian never knows about the villain that I was, but instead, that he remembers the times I tried to be a good father.
Although Natalie wouldn't expose that since she wants to protect Adrian from the truth just like Ladybug, there might be a lot of moments where Adrian might secretly discover the thing Natalie kept from him for a very long time. Plus, the secret is not only divided with Natalie. Now, Felix and Kagami also know the truth, and they also respect Marinette's decisions about that. In the London special, when Kagami and Ladybug confronted each other, Kagami said that Marinette was doing things wrong for the sake of her love. She's not wrong, right? She actually did a huge mistake which will position her in a very bad situation when things get revealed. Also, I would still not count on Felix, as he can explain everything to Adrian anytime. But for now, there is a worse threat than that: Sice. In the London special, Ladybug might have changed the part where her identity as Ladybug is revealed on the notebook, but Sice, along with the proofs in the episode Revelator, has everything kept on her notebook. Furthermore, she's still continuing to collect information about the things that are happening around Ladybug. It is as if she's trying to find even more lies to collect and use them against her will. We know Sice. She doesn't rush things, and instead waits for the perfect time to play her plan. In the episodes of Season 6, we see her near a lot of notebooks in her lair. While she akumatizes people and then tries to carry out the plan, she writes a lot of things, which is concerning. But I want to point out one important scene which really had a huge place in my mind: Sice's threat to Ladybug at the end of the episode Revelator. As you know, in the episode Revelator, Alya obtained the magical blue orb that was created by the akumatized villain, which contained Ladybug's secret. Even Alya as Rena Rouge was confident to have it since she thought that she knew everything about Ladybug, who is also Marinette, but she witnessed the scary truth. However, thanks to Cat Noir unlocking his new power, Giant Cataclysm, they were able to erase that from Alya's mind.
Truth is essential to someone's personal growth, and now that I know, I'm gonna have to lie, and you know I don't like lying!
As everything was looking perfect, the scene quickly passed to Sice's lair. She says, "Everyone has secrets. I have too. And you too, Ladybug. You lied to everyone." Sice reminds us what she has in her hands. She's ready to use it, and for sure, it will result in very bad consequences. The circle is expanding even more. Alya's reveal might be temporary, but that doesn't mean that she will never learn that secret. At the end of the episode, we see Alya and Marinette talking to each other. Marinette says that their friendship might not be the same if Alya discovers what she's been keeping. Although Alya insists on it, Marinette doesn't reveal that. At the end of the episode, we see Alya lying on her bed, talking to Trix, and asking what she might have done that would result in her hating Marinette. Later, she looks at Tiki and says that she's going to help her. And that actually means only one thing: she will learn the secret on her own. Of course, as a good friend, Alya would never cross the boundaries of Marinette, but this time, this is different. She sees that her friend is in trouble, and she has to do something about it. I don't exactly know how it would be possible, but Alya will somehow learn the truth. And that will have even worse consequences. I feel like the creators of the show are actually keeping this important incident for an important episode, where there will also be another catastrophic event. What if Ladybug gets akumatized by Sice and then resigns her role as guardian? Then, this would be connected with the scene that we saw in the episode The Illustrator. At the end of that episode, Marinette granted the Quagatama to Alya, so if something happens to her, Alya would be able to continue the mission. Aside from these, we also know that Alya saw Marinette using the Quagatama, so it is not something totally new for her. If Marinette becomes an ex-Ladybug holder, Alya would be able to use the Quagatama and learn everything from Marinette. But of course, that kind of episode would be a what-if episode, where Alya would still keep the things she learned, but also work with Bunnix to save Marinette and give her the role of Ladybug back. Along with Alya, I feel like there is one more character to learn the secret of Marinette: Luca. Luca has always had an important place for Marinette, not only as a good friend, but also a good teammate in the Miraculous superhero team. Although he learned the secret identity of Marinette and Adrien, he kept it as a secret to not disturb the holders so that everything could go safely. And when Monarch was able to sense that he kept such a secret, he left Paris immediately and wasn't back until the end of Season 5. Marinette and Luca always had a special connection. I mean, in terms of friendship. In a perfect time, I don't see any obstacle for Marinette to keep the secret that she has. She would directly expose that to Luca. At this part, the important thing is Luca's reaction, because he knows something that Marinette doesn't know. Adrien is Cat Noir. In one of the recently published interviews, Thomas Astruc has revealed that Luca is going to have a big role in the 6th season. And if you ask me, I think that the big role he says is that he will keep Marinette's new secret while knowing even more than her. Although that seems too much for him, I also think that this is necessary, because in critical moments, like in the episode Ephemeral or Wishmaker, what saved Ladybug was the secret she kept from him.
Sass is in my sewing box. Marinette!
So, Luca knowing the new secret would be advantageous against Sice, since he is able to rewind the time and change the consequences of explaining Marinette's secret. If Adrien gets akumatized due to the secret, he can easily fix everything and let Ladybug know what happened and what they should do in order to avoid Cat Noir falling into Cerise's hands. But I would also like to hear what you think about that. 3. Parallels between episodes. I don't know if everyone was able to recognize that, but the episodes Cat Blanc, Strike Back, and Revelator actually have a huge amount of similarities, which makes this theory even scarier. First of all, we can start with Marinette being faced with the consequences of her secret. In the episode Strike Back, Ladybug made a huge mistake by counting on Felix, thinking that he was Adrien. That was actually a showcase of what happens if she mixes her daily life struggles with her superhero mission. She was actually warned many different times, both by the Quantic Universe itself and also by Tiki. For example, when she chose Adrien for the Snake Miraculous, he couldn't achieve the goal. Anyways, back to our topic. So, just like she felt so lonely at the end of Season 4, she also feels lonely in the episode Revelator. The way she stands on the ground is the same. However, this time, there is no hand extended from Cat Noir to help her stand up. Another parallel is the lucky charm that she obtained. That might seem like a small detail for you, probably not very necessary, but it might be a small cipher from the creators. In both of the episodes Cat Blanc and Revelator, Ladybug obtains the eraser as a lucky charm. This is obviously highlighting the fact that Ladybug has to fix the mistakes that she's done, as if she was just erasing a written sentence in her notebook. Finally, the last but the most important parallel is Cat Noir's giant cataclysm. In both of the episodes, Cat Noir creates a giant cataclysm, and again, both of them destroy something. In Cat Blanc, it is the universe, and in Revelator, it is Alya's memory. All these 3 parallels can't be a coincidence, right? And the video concludes here. If you enjoyed my video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment what you think about that. See you!